Hello, everybody. Good to have you with us. It is Sunday. That's right. We are live on Sunday, and I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Maybe you're spending time with family or friends. This is your host, Jim Masters, and we toast to you and you and you and you and you. We're getting ready to enter our 5th week of the Jim Masters Show live, and this has been really a heck of a lot of fun. If you've been watching along with us, we say thank you very much. We're here to lighten the load a little bit, to provide some information, some education, entertainment, some levity, have great guests, fun segments, interesting topics. It's an entertainment show. It's a lifestyle show. It's a talk show that we created going on almost 5 weeks ago to celebrate you, to celebrate everything that we're doing together, because this is a very interactive broadcast. That's right. Again, I do this for a living as a television radio host. If you're just joining us for the very first time, we broadcast nightly at 7 p.m. Eastern, live at 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube at Jim Masters TV and Facebook at Jim Masters TV. Great guest last night. Marianne Kelly was our viewer of the week. We spent some terrific time with her. We had some other fun segments on the show as well, and great guests this past week as well. If you do want to see any of the past episodes of the Jim Masters Show live, just go into the archives. Every single show is there. Great guests, fun segments, comedy, music, food. Even our Mother's Day segment where we did the Sunday brunch together is intact on the archive, in the archive on Facebook and on YouTube at Jim Masters TV. So we're here to welcome you. We say cheers. Thanks for everybody who's tuning in. We've got a little rosé tonight to cheer you. We were out and about all day. We're going to take you on location today as well. We've got some filming that we did earlier today, some really beautiful coastal shots along the coast here in the Northeast, and we hope you enjoy that. But I just wanted to say that, you know, we're living in some really interesting times, and with all the things that we've had going on, the pandemic and the economy, and now, you know, the civil unrest, which, of course, is extraordinary as well, that we're seeing nightly on our televisions. I'm sending out prayers for healing. I'm sending out prayers for hope, that we can all come together as one, every single one of us. It doesn't matter the color of our skin or our age or how much money we have in the bank or what zip code we live in, our gender, our religion. We're all human. We're all people, and we all need each other. We all need each other. And the pandemic really should have shown us that, because during the pandemic, there were people, and still the pandemic is still happening at the time of this broadcast, rolling up their sleeves, nurses and doctors and police and fire and EMTs and grocery store workers and delivery people of all shapes and sizes, ages, sexes, religions, colors, creeds, who have been doing incredible work for the good of us all to get us through all of this. So I just hope that there's healing of some sort, that people come to the table, they listen to each other, and that voices are heard, and some equitable, fair things come out of it all. So we are here to provide some light and levity for you. I know it's been extraordinary. 2020 has really started off in an extraordinary way with all of the major news events that have been happening, that have been extraordinary, touching every single one of us. Every single thing that we are seeing and witnessing and living in our lives is truly touching every single one of us and our loved ones, our friends, our family, businesses, companies. It's extraordinary. So while we're here on the Jim Masters Show live together, again, I want to try to put some smiles on the faces for as best as we can during the course of the broadcast. Again, we're here every night, 7 p.m. Eastern. I toast to you and you and you and you and you. And thanks for being here, folks. Feel free to post some comments and let me know how your day was today. It was a spectacular Sunday here along the coast. Absolutely, it still is. I mean, the rays of sunshine are still filtering in to the home studio here. It's a stunning, beautiful, fantastic day outside. Temperatures in the low 80s, high 70s, low 80s with a light coastal breeze. And we were out and about. We were walking, we were hiking, we played tennis today as well. And we had a fantastic, fantastic time. You got to get out of the house. You got to get some fresh air. You've got to live life. You got to continue moving forward as best as you can. So we have some great guests coming up this week too, and I'll tell you about them in just a minute. I will tell you that the Harp Twins are here tomorrow night. Camille and Kennerly Kit. They are renowned. They are a YouTube sensation, internet sensation with millions and millions of followers. They are internet sensations, and they're just incredible. And when I announced that the Harp Twins are going to be on the Jim Master Show live tomorrow night, unbelievable. Everything just blew up. So many people are commenting, and they want to watch tomorrow, and I'm excited about that. And then we have Marianne Marigolo, a phenomenal cabaret singer and so much more. She's joining us on Tuesday night as well. We have so many great guests. Michelle Browerman and Hillary Rollins is joining us on Wednesday. They're a wonderful duo of performers, actors, and singers, and so much more. They're coming up. Buffy Ford Stewart's on Thursday. We've got a great week coming up. But first, of course, on our Sunday show and all our shows, we do this to welcome you. We say, lights, camera, and action. We get very Hollywood here. And again, we have a routine here at the Jim Master Show. We do want to provide some sense of solace, and we want to put a smile on your face, and we want to do whatever we can to, lighten the load for you as well. So we're going to do that right now, live on the Jim Master Show, by doing what? What do we usually do now? Those of you who watch the show regularly, we welcome the cast of characters. We have George here. Now, if I do not bring George Burns out, everybody get scared that something happens to George. So here's your friend. There's the George Burns replica doll. Came out when he was 100 years old. And this was my aunt's, got passed down to me. It's a family heirloom. There he is on his pedestal. George Burns on a pedestal with a cigar. He's sort of my Ed McMahon. He's become one of the cast of characters on the Jim Master Show live. So George is here. He says, happy Sunday. He greets you and you and you and you from all around the world. Again, we've been getting so many people who've been discovering the Jim Master Show live. It's been extraordinary. I've been hearing from so many people. People have been sending gifts. You do not have to do that, but I appreciate that. Texts and messages and Facebook messages and emails. If you want to send an email, you can do that to jimmasterstv@gmail.com. Maybe you have some ideas. Maybe there's a guest you'd like to have on. Maybe there's a birthday, anniversary, or something coming up. Be happy to announce it here on the show. George is here, of course. And again, remember, the show is informative. It's educational. There's levity. This is an entertainment lifestyle talk show. So every show is different, and we have a myriad of different things we do on every single show. So every time you watch, something different is going on, which is terrific. We want it to be fresh and alive and brand new. We work pretty hard behind the scenes here to bring these presentations to you. And again, it's a labor of love, and I love doing it. I love greeting you every night. I really, truly do. Joining you every single night here. This has been an extremely interesting time in our lives, and so many people have wanted me to do this, so we're doing it, and I'm loving it. As long as you're there, we'll continue to do it here for you. So we're live right now this Sunday. It's great to have you with us. Lots of comments coming in. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Spread the word. Tell your friends. Have watch parties. Let this thing grow, and let other people enjoy it, and share it with those that you think will have a kick out of get a kick out of this broadcast on nightly at 7 p.m. Eastern. Jim Masters Show live. All right, here is your friend Jeannie. Now she's in the bottle. She still is not coming out, but maybe she'll blink at you if you could see her. Again, the little story, if you're just joining us for the first time, this is the authentic replica hand-painted I Dream of Jeannie bottle. We used it for a nostalgic week, right? With George Burns and some of the other cast of characters. However, people fell in love with this bottle that they said, keep it on the show. We want to see Jeannie. We want to see Jeannie. So Jeannie's refusing. She's in there. I don't know if you can see her deep in there with the couch and the bead and chairs, and she's in there. But again, you got to laugh, right? You got to have fun. Because life can be tough, as we know. So she's in here. She has not been able to come out of the bottle because she's upset because her hair hasn't been done in weeks. And because her hair hasn't been done in weeks, she's embarrassed to come out. So she won't come out. And the other thing, too, is She's grumbling in there. She says, I want to come out. I want to come out. Well, she can't come out as well because she's been quarantined in there since March. She stayed in there and she lost her powers. So Haji or somebody's going to have to show up and help her with her powers. So you hang in there, okay? Yes, master. All right. So everybody asks about George and Jeannie. And of course, again, we have serious episodes too, but we always like to start with some levity. Purchased this in Europe on a TV shoot last year. This is our canine, our resident mascot, George. Not George. That's George. This is Silver, aptly named, right? This is Silver, our canine. He says hello. He's our mascot, watches over the show, makes sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. And of course, another cast of character that everybody looks for is Jimmy. Yes, Jimmy. There you go. He's waving. He says hello to you. Look at that face, huh? Again, I was given this as a childhood gift. It's made of porcelain and it's held up pretty well all these years, huh? So Jimmy's here and Jimmy says hello and Jimmy loves all of you as well. So we've officially begun the show. We've got some great comments coming in as well. Why don't we kick that off with comments? This is going to be a very viewer interactive broadcast. So make sure if you have something that you'd like to share or celebrate, or you just want to say hello, tell us what you've been doing today. Again, we're going to take you on location as well in just a moment. We've also got some celebrity birthdays and other cool things that are coming up. And let's start with some of our interactive viewer comments right now. It's always nice to welcome everybody to the show. So let's see what we have here. Martha Oliver Swartz is here. Hi, Jimmy Coco Pop. Hello to Martha Oliver Swartz. I hope your grandson had a wonderful birthday yesterday as well with the family, with everybody. And she also says hello to everybody. Everybody says hello. And Christine Fairwood says she spent the day at the garden center. Really nice. You're a green thumb like I am, huh, Christine? Spent the day planting. Had no idea of the turmoil until you went inside. Yeah, if you turn on the TV, it's rough stuff. And I had a little mention of that at the top of the show, sending prayers and love and healing and light. And hopefully we'll be able to all heal and all come together fairly, equitably, peacefully, and lovingly. It's the only way anything is going to work. So, Christine, I'd like to know, as a fellow gardener myself, what did you get? What kind of plants did you pick up? You said you spent some time at the garden center. We're getting ready to do that too. You know, everything's a little delayed this year because the garden centers were closed. And, but there was a lot of people out, and they're still out today because it's so beautiful here, who were planting, and we saw a lot of yard work happening, which was really nice to see. So what were some of the things that you purchased at the garden center, Christine, and what kinds of plants are you planting in your garden? And Christine says, hi, Martha and Crystal Nowlan. Crystal, so great to have you here from Massachusetts. Crystal is a dear friend, and we've been friends for a long time. And she follows me on all my social media on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and YouTube, on the YouTube channel. And yes, having a fantastic day, and an even more fantastic day knowing that you're here, Crystal, and Martha and Christine and the whole gang and Austin and everybody, lots of people here, and we appreciate that. Crystal and I also met when we were at a function in Connecticut, actually, at the Oakdale Theater. We went to see Chicago, the band Chicago, and I welcomed them on stage, and I emceed their concert, which was terrific. I did that for public television, and we got a chance to meet, and we took pictures, and it was really terrific. Crystal, love having you following everything that I do. I appreciate all of your love and support, your constant comments and positive vibes that you always send, not just here on the Jim Masters Show live, but also just on all of my social media. So Crystal, I salute you and I welcome you and everybody to the Jim Masters Show live here. The show goes by very, very fast. It really does. I don't know why. You know, even when I watch all these episodes in the archives, they go by really, really fast. So I hope you're having a great weekend. The weather here is absolutely beautiful, isn't it, Crystal? So Christine Fairwood planted some herbs and some annuals. What kind of annuals? Did you do impatiens? Did you do marigolds? Did you do salvia plants? What kinds of plants did you do? that you know of, Christine? And are you planting them in the ground, or are you putting them in pots? Are you doing hanging baskets? We should do a whole show on gardening and landscape and planting, because I'm an avid gardener, and almost like a blue ribbon gardener, and I've done it since childhood. Actually, my folks were always in the yard, and aunts and uncles always in the yard. My father always tending to all the rose bushes and azaleas and rhododendrons and shrubs and flowers, dogwood trees, and which just about finished blooming, the dogwood trees as well. And of course, when the roses really bloom the greatest, at least here in the Northeast, is around Father's Day. So this month, in a few weeks, around Father's Day, that's when the roses really kick. And we're going to do it on location. We're going to go to a special rose garden, and we're going to take you on a special trip. Again, remember, we go on location with the Gym Masters Show live too, and we take you to some cool spots. So we're going to be taking you on location to a magnificent, renowned rose garden in a couple weeks, when it's really in full bloom. Right around Father's Day that weekend, the roses everywhere are in full bloom. So that's great. Herbs, and let's see, you also did parsley, basil, oregano, rosemary, cherry tomatoes, as well as annual flowers too. Sounds like you got the start on the first part of a good salad going there. And then, of course, the annuals too. And let's see. Good. Impatiens, marigolds. Those are good. Think of geraniums, and going back for more impatiens. The New Guinea impatiens are really good, though they can be a little sensitive sometimes. They don't like to be overwatered, and they definitely don't like to be in bright sun. Impatient plants really don't like to be in bright sun. They're a shade plant. They really like the shade. And I know that because we've made that mistake here, where sometimes we've planted them in an area where it wasn't really getting a lot of sun, but then later in the day, the sun comes from the west, and for several hours, those plants are in the hot sun, and they start to sort of wilt, and you just start seeing the leaves start to, falter, and you try watering them, but then you can overwater them too. So they love impatiens, absolutely love shade. Marigolds are very sturdy plants. Marigolds will keep wasps and hornets away, and other types of bugs. My Uncle Ray had almost like a 2-acre garden with corn. We used to, when we would go from New York up to Connecticut, we would run through the corn fields, and so much more. It was a lot of fun, ride on the tractor as kids and everything. But I asked him, hey, Uncle Ray, why do you plant the marigolds around the garden? That's not flowers. But he said marigolds have a way to keep certain pests out of the garden, which is kind of interesting. So, and they grew everything. They had corn and watermelon and pumpkins and tomatoes and you name it, even grapes for wine. But the marigolds, if you put it around a vegetable garden, it will help to keep some of those bugs and even some rodents away. They just don't like the scent that the marigolds give off. Let's see, New Guineas. Yes, the New Guinea impatiens, they do last until November. That's right. They're pretty sturdy. We've had some out where there even was a light frost, yet the New Guineas still survive that. They're very, I would say they're probably the hardiest of the impatient family of flowers and annual plants as well. And sometimes it's amazing when you see annual plants, isn't it, Christine? You say, my God, the annual plants are always so beautiful. The zinnias and so much more. Why can't they be perennial? You almost wish that some of them could stay and come back each year. I remember my father always had gladiolas, these beautiful gladiolas. And I remember as a kid, he always had to dig up the bulbs, and then he had them in the basement all like lined up in certain areas, and they needed to be in a dark, cooler place. And then they would be replanted every spring for coming up, or actually, early spring, because they would come up later in the summer, which is really nice. Karen Leavitt is here from New Hampshire, and Karen says, hi, everybody. Nice to be here with you. It's nice to have you with us here on the Sunday edition of the Gym Masters Show live here. We hope you're having a great day. We hope everything's going well. How are things in New Hampshire for you, Karen? Were you outside gardening, or did you take a walk? Did you enjoy maybe some lunch outside? What was really nice when we were doing the walk along the coast at one of the parks? Actually, when we were playing tennis, so we went to one park for the tennis and another park to hug around the coast and the marina. And the smell of the barbecues that people were having, like you pass by a house and you just get the scent of the barbecue. I don't know. It just, when you're outdoors and the weather's beautiful and it's sunny and you have this hope and promise of summer, there's something about that scent of the neighbor's barbecue or barbecue off in the distance, and it starts to come your way, and you're like, I don't know, it brings you back to childhood or youth or something, being outdoors and family picnics and barbecues and all those good feelings. And suddenly, in the middle of playing tennis, I was telling everybody, I am craving hot dogs right now. Hot dogs and potato salad and watermelon. And so what do you think we ended up having? We ended up having hot dogs tonight with fresh made French fries and an Oreo cookie milkshake, which I'm going to have later after the show. Yeah, we went sort of old school. We went back to sort of like childhood. And all it took was for me to be playing tennis, and somebody in one of the neighborhoods had a barbecue going, and that scent came right over. And I was suddenly craving, like cheeseburgers and hot dogs and all that kind of summer stuff. Let's see. Your knowledge of gardening, impressive. A gardening show would be wonderful. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing some theme episodes as well. I've been gardening for years. I used to watch as a kid. Now, I don't know if any of you remember this. It was actually on PBS. It was Crockett's Victory Garden, and that was hosted by Jim Crockett. And then when Jim passed away, it used to be on Saturdays on PBS in the morning. And they really explain to you how to garden and how to really do it right. And whether you're doing square foot gardening or you're doing, acres. And they would also take you to other gardens and other plantings overseas in England, as well as other parts of the country. And then when Jim Crockett, the host, passed away, unfortunately, Bob Thompson became the host. And then there was a bunch of other hosts. And then it was renamed the Victory Garden. You may remember that on PBS. That was produced by WGBH Channel 2 in Boston, and it was distributed nationally. And it's a terrific special. I think it's still on, might still be on, but you can definitely see reruns and archived footage, I'm sure, on YouTube. But learned a lot watching the Victory Garden as a kid. I just thought it was really interesting how, you took plants and you nurtured them and fertilized them, and you sort of, one of the things I was going to do, I studied architecture. Before I went into television and radio broadcasting, I studied architecture and design as well. Took all mechanical drawing classes and so much more. And I wanted to design buildings, but I also wanted to design landscapes. And I've actually done that for a lot of people. Some of my aunts and uncles, we've had neighbors who have actually asked me to come over to their yard and correct some things where some of the plants are not agreeing with each other, or some of them are dying off. What's happening? We don't have a green thumb. Can you help us? So I've actually helped create gardens and landscape. And sometimes, in rocky environments too. So you use the rock, maybe there's a big boulder that's sticking out of the front lawn or whatever it is, or you're on a slope. There's different kinds of plants that sort of sprawl and grow in a downward progression that you can plant that can really, really look beautiful. I'm going to see if I can bring up on this show some photos of some of the gardening and some of the plants and some of the flowers and vegetables and things that I've grown over the years. And again, my father was always working in the yard, and my mother as well, and my aunts and uncles, and my aunt and uncle up in Massachusetts, my Aunt Dorith. She spells it Dorith. She's originally from Vienna, Austria. She's married to my mother's brother, Fred, Uncle Fred and Aunt Dorith, and we would go up to their house up in northern Massachusetts, almost on the New Hampshire line. And we still go up there as well to see the relatives and the family up there. We have cousins who have a home on a lake on the Massachusetts-New Hampshire border, where they have a view of Mount Monadnock in Rindge, New Hampshire. Really, really beautiful. Out of their kitchen window, they see the top of the mountain. So when we go up there, I used to always talk to my aunt and my uncle, and we still do again, because what they did is they have a beautiful yard of flowers and all kinds of nice lawn and vegetable plants and every kind of flower. And they moved boulders and soil, and just really always working in that garden every year. We would come up every summer, and there was an empty lot next door to them on the right where a house could have been built, and they purchased that property and they turned it almost into their backyard into like a beautiful park like atmosphere. So as a kid, we were always exposed to all of that. And I think all of these things combined, as well as watching Crockett's Victory Garden and the Victory Garden, sort of turned me on to planting and gardening, and just, it brightens things up. And when people drive by, they get a smile and provides color, because I'm a very visual person. And let's see, Austin Greenfield says, yes, maybe the next P. Allen Smith. Yes, that's another great show, P. Allen Smith. He's had shows on public television and commercial television as well. Another great name in the gardening world. And again, are there any other gardeners out there? Anybody else who's working in the yard now this time of year that things are slowly opening up? You can go to the garden center as long as you're social distance. You can sort of do certain things now around the house. And if you are, Karen, do you garden up in New Hampshire? I would imagine there in New Hampshire, you probably have, nice property with some flowers around and things of that nature. Some people just do square foot gardening. There used to be a show on public television called Square Foot Gardening, which is great for people who didn't have a lot of land. They didn't have a lot of area to work with. They could be in a city apartment with a balcony, or they could be maybe doing a community garden in a neighborhood. A lot of cities like to do that, where they do a community garden as well. Or maybe they just don't have, they're in a, condominium or something where they don't have a lot of space, whatever it is, or a lot of time. So they do a community garden, or you can do the square foot gardening where it's just limited. Then there's people who just put everything in pots and they have that on their patio or their balcony as well. Are you somebody who does that? Do you do patio gardening and balcony gardening? And what you could do if you want is you can eventually send me some photos of your gardens, and we'll post some of them here on the show in upcoming episodes of the program. That would be terrific. Love to do that as well. Again, so that's just one of the things. I studied architecture and design, and also landscape architecture as well. So that's where some of my interest in gardening came about. And Karen says, live up in New Hampshire, that, again, this is a very interactive episode of the show. So if you have anything that's going on in your life and you want to share it, especially with all that's going on, opposite of what's happening on this show right now, because again, we're trying to lighten the load and have some fun and levity here as much as we can with you, to put a smile on your face so you can breathe. And I usually show this at the end of the show, but so you can relax too. We all need to breathe and relax, and hopefully this show helps you do that. I'm actually trying a tower garden, hydroponic growing. I've heard about that. I'd like to see that. If you want to send me some photos, you can send them to jimmasterstv@gmail.com. That's jimmasterstv@gmail.com, or on through Facebook Messenger as well at Jim Masters TV on the Facebook page, or YouTube at Jim Masters TV. Let's see, Karen is also growing. It's a great Sunday show, right? We're talking about gardening. We're talking about barbecues. We've got some other things that are coming up in just a moment as well. I'm going to take you on location in just a moment. Lettuce just harvested. Yes. Green beans, tomatoes, cucumbers, fresh chives, and basil. Oh, have you made any salads or anything with those yet, Karen? I would imagine you've got some good kinds there. What kind of lettuce? Bib lettuce or romaine or iceberg. There's so many different kinds of lettuce. What kind of lettuce did you grow? And I learned that. And lettuce isn't the easiest to grow, because sometimes, there can be rot if you have too much rain, or there's not enough drainage. Drainage isn't really good. You want to have the proper drainage and the proper soil. I remember as a kid, I grew corn and I grew pumpkins and I grew carrots and tomatoes and green beans, string beans. And it was a lot of fun. It was really a lot of fun. And you had to go out there, because especially if you have the pumpkins, because those pumpkins, those vines will want to take over the yard. All right, let's see. Corey Arnold is here as well. Hey, Corey, great to see you in New York. Great show. Nice to see you talking and taking advantage of delivery medium you were designed for. I like that. He should be my agent. I'm taking advantage of the delivery medium I was designed for. Corey and I have worked on lots of television projects together, some really cool shoots and really great projects in New York. He's a veteran of the television industry, television producer, and so much more, and writer and director. Hope we get a chance to work some more, Corey. I would love to work with you again. You're top notch. You're really good at what you do. He means business, and he's very focused and very creative, and we've had some great things. So good to see you in New York, Corey. Thanks for joining us here on the show. For those that are just joining us for the first time, this is entering week number 5 of the Jim Masters Show Live. We've had so many great guests, too, that have joined us. It's extraordinary. Tony LoBianco, the veteran actor, Tony LoBianco from The French Connection was with us, and Police Story. Mairead Nesbitt from Celtic Woman and Rocktopia, and Bill Hildebrandt, the comedian, was with us as well, and you name it. Loretta LaRoche, the award-winning, Emmy-winning humorist. Go back and see that show in the archives at Jim Masters TV on YouTube. You'll have a lot of laughs. Humorist, stress management expert, something that we all can use right about now. She was on just a couple of nights ago as my special guest. The Harp Twins, the world famous Harp Twins, tomorrow night live. So much buzz is happening about this all around the world. I'm so excited to have them here. Worked with both of them on a PBS special that was created by our dear friend Tim Janis, called Celtic Heart, that aired on PBS stations in December and March of this year on some of the public television stations. And it was filmed, the whole crew, we all went up to Maine, beautiful York, Maine, which is gorgeous. If you ever get up to Maine, in the York area, really, really nice. And there's been times I've been sent up to Maine for some really cool TV projects, hosting. Loved it. So this was, I was helping with producing and hosting with Celtic Heart. Mairead Nesbitt was there, and the Harp Twins were introduced on this PBS special, and they are terrific. Two sisters, twins, and they actually play all kinds of music. They're known for playing rock and heavy metal, believe it or not, on these harps, which is really amazing. But they play all kinds of incredible music, and they are hilarious. They're very witty and they're very funny, and they play off each other. So join us tomorrow night. And again, veteran cabaret singer and more, Marianne Marigolo is going to be joining us on Tuesday night. And then we have Hillary Rollins and Michelle Browerman. They are both going to be joining us together on Wednesday night. Buffy Ford Stewart, who is a singer, songwriter, children's book author, just a beautiful spirit inside and out. I met her when we went on a TV shoot north of San Francisco. They sent me out to interview her at her beautiful home just north of San Francisco. She is the wife of the late Jon Stewart, who penned the song Daydream Believer, made famous by Davy Jones and the Monkees, and also Gold, which Elvis made famous. And he was one of the founding members of the Kingston Trio. She is going to be here, his wife, Buffy Ford Stewart. She's a real beautiful person inside and out. She's our guest. We are booked with guests almost to the end of June already. And we're just entering June. So many people want to hop on this show ever since I started. And again, this is what I do for a living, but professionally. And so many have said, hey, we want you to can you do something like this? So during this whole time right now of what we've been going through, we built the set, turned on the lights, got all the equipment, and here we are. And I'm so glad to be here with you. And let's see, we heard from Corey. We've got Karen up in New Hampshire saying big lettuce grows quickly, works well in tower garden. Pretty fascinating. First green beans showed up yesterday. It does. Doesn't it smell really fragrant in the house when you start to bring these things in the house? The big lettuce does grow quickly, and it does like to grow up. So a tower garden is absolutely perfect. It is fascinating to see the way it grows in that upward motion, isn't it? And then those first green beans, too, showing up yesterday. This is right about the time. Of course, it depends on the temperatures, the weather. You're a little bit further north, so a little bit cooler, longer in the season, but that's terrific. And I'm sure it adds that nice fragrant scent throughout the house. Just seems like summer. It just makes you want to have fresh vegetables. And after everything we've been through, cooped up in our homes and everything, and we want to be outside. The sun is really still bursting here, and it's absolutely terrific. And you got to enjoy life, right? Because it goes by rather quickly. All right, Kathleen Walker from Queens, New York, a wonderful Queen of Queens, as I've dubbed her. She was our viewer of the week. We celebrated her 2 weeks ago, and we had a great time. She works for a company that works for the New York Mets. So she's been in a standby pattern, waiting to see what happens and what's going to be happening with sports, of course, in our society right now. Kathleen, Hope you're doing well. Love to your mom and your family. Give your mom my my love and I can't really you can't give her a big hug right now, can you? Well, just blow her a kiss when you talk to her. Tell her we're thinking about her as well. And Karen loves goldenrod taffy in York, Maine. Yes, that's a great one. Goldenrod taffy in York, Maine. And I don't think it's in York, but there's a Clam Shack. I forget the name of it's a Bud's or something. Joe's Clam Shack or something in Maine. It's not Kennebunkport or Gonquit. Maybe somebody will come up with it, but it's a famous Clam Shack, clam hut place that's really good. We love to take a ride up to Maine every once in a while too. We also love Newport, Rhode Island. And we're going to be hopefully getting out there soon as the summer is, lining up here. But that's really good. That's a good choice, Karen. And Martha Oliver Swartz says, great lineup this week. Absolutely. So, we're booked all the way out till the end of June already. Bib lettuce. Well, Bib and Big. Yeah, because Bib is a little bit of a sweeter. It's got a darker leaf, doesn't it? It's dark and it looks sort of buttery and it's dark green and it looks delicious just as it's growing. You always want to pick it off as it's growing and eat it. It's got a tiny bit of a sweetness to it. Bib lettuce is very good. Very delicate, not always the easiest to grow, but quite delicate. Kathleen Walker says, great shows. Always love them. Thank you very much, Kathleen. It seems like a lot of people enjoy the Sunday night episodes. A lot of people, I think they're coming in from outside and it's sort of in between, the 8 p.m. hour and the dinner hour at 6. Hopefully you had a good dinner. Maybe you're having a good dinner right now. I have that Oreo cookie milkshake that we're going to be having after the show at 8 o'clock. Because again, we were playing tennis and we were walking along the coast and the scent of the barbecues from people's houses were just killing me. And I said, we got to go for hot dogs. We got to. So I had a nice big one with mustard and French fries and delicious. I know you can't have that every day. No way should you have that every day. But boy, was that darn good. Yes, Karen, that's it. You got it. That's the one we went to in beautiful Kittery. Bob's Clam Hut in Kittery, Maine is a gold mine and a very famous place. Love it. That's a great place. So if you're ever passing through beautiful Maine, Kittery is it. And Bob's Clam Hut is the location. Delicious. That place always. It's like there's a couple of places that are in Connecticut that are very popular, like Abbott's Lobster and the Rough in Noank, Connecticut, on the coast over towards Mystic and New London and Groton area. Eastern Connecticut, if you're outside, maybe you're in California watching right now, or Wyoming or Canada or London. We have people watching from all over the world. It continues to just grow from the United States, Canada. We've heard from Australia, Europe, England, Ireland, Italy, Spain, France, Asia. It's so great to hear from everybody. So any of you from wherever you are, Abbott's is good out in Noank, and there's a cool place in Guilford, Connecticut called The Place. That's simply called The Place. You sit on tree stumps, but they give you really good food. Bob's Clam Hut is a great one as well. And Jacqueline, Ficarra Caputo. Hello, Jacqueline. It's great to welcome you to the Jim Masters Show live here. We're entering our 5th week of broadcasts. We do fun segments, we do food segments, music, talk. It's an entertainment lifestyle talk show. We've had great guests, and we are on every night, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's right, 7 p.m. Eastern every night and 4 p.m. Pacific on Jim Masters TV on Facebook and also Jim Masters TV on YouTube. You can go to the YouTube channel and you can see a full bevy of all the episodes. That's right, all the episodes, from comedians to actors. We had Liz Kiefer, who was in Guiding Light and One Life to Live and Days of Our Lives, and she was on Lou Grant and Happy Days and 21 Jump Street. That was a terrific in-depth interview with Liz Kiefer, the award-winning actress. You can see that in the archives too. If you're just joining us and didn't know we had all of these shows, 4 weeks of shows built up, go to YouTube and look for Jim Masters TV, and you can watch everything there. You can even see some of my professional work as well in television. Lobster Landing, Christine. Lobster Landing is another good one too. Now I'm getting hungry. Now I think I want to have some lobster, some clam chowder. That sounds really, really good. Good stuff. Wow. Yeah, when you live along the coast, we are sort of blessed in terms of our seafood, and it's sort of a luxury. And sometimes we forget about all the seafood and everything that we have. Since we're talking so much about lettuce and flowers and seafood and outdoors and the beautiful weather, and again, we've all certainly earned it this year. And again, with everything that's going on, as I mentioned earlier, economy, pandemic, civil unrest, everything, bless us all, please bless us all. Hope and healing, light and love to everybody watching and your loved ones and your family and friends here in the United States and around the world. Another great one in Connecticut is Clam Shack in Madison. Friends, yes, Jacques Pepin, the wonderful French cook and chef. I've interviewed him twice on public television, Jacques Pepin. And he did some great episodes with Julia Child, who I had an opportunity to meet over the years as well. She's unfortunately passed, but she was wonderful too. She was a real firecracker. Jacques is one of the sweetest men on the planet. He is so well spoken when it comes to French cuisine, of course, but I believe he has an affiliation. Maybe it's his nephew, Patrick, who owns a wonderful French restaurant, or maybe did, or there was involvement with the Union League Cafe in New Haven, Connecticut, a spectacular place. We've been there multiple times. And Jacques is just a wonderful person to speak to interview, and just to know. He's always positive. He's always hopeful, and his way of preparing cuisine is unique, and the dishes are amazing. He's a terrific guy. Jacques Pepin all the time. And what's great about Jacques is I was in a Peruvian restaurant once, who was a client on a radio show that I did for 18 years in iHeartRadio, hosted and produced. And I'm sitting there with the owner, and I'm sampling some Peruvian food, and all of a sudden walks in Jacques Pepin with his wife. And they sat down and we were chatting because he remembered our interviews on public television. And I said, Jacques, you don't just try French cooking and sample French restaurants and all. You really get out there and try a lot of different restaurants, right? And he said, yeah, I love to try a lot of different types of cultures and cuisines. And that's what it's all about, trying different cultures and cuisines. Don't just stick to one type of cuisine, because sometimes you don't know what you like or dislike until you try it, right? And let's see, Ralph Lampkin Jr., who's in Indiana. We'll have to visit the Clam Shack next year. Absolutely. That's a good choice. Put that on your appointment calendar, Ralph. That is a great one. There's so many of them. There's so many places all up and down the coast. And sounds like a travel show along the coast. Yes. Yeah. Many of you know I host a lifestyle travel TV series, and I also host a news magazine program on Close Up Television and daily radio shows on Close Up Radio. And of course, I've been with public television for years. But maybe we should take this show on the road. Speaking of that, that's a good segue. I wanted to share some on-location video with you. We have done some on-location stuff. On this show, we take you on location to some great spots. And again, we have great guests and fun segments and so much more, and a lot of interaction. And I love hearing from so many people. It's good to see Karen, good to see Ralph, good to see Corey, Christine, and everybody here. Hi, Jim Randall. Terrific. I'm so glad you made it here. We're here 7 p.m. Eastern live every night, and 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on the Facebook page at Jim Masters TV, and also archiving all the shows on YouTube, on my YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. We got 4 weeks of shows already ready to go to watch. Good to see you, Randall. I hope you're having a great day, you and your family. Hope everything is well for you and your family, and it's wonderful to have you here on the show. I want to share some terrific stuff with you as well in terms of some great footage that we captured. Also, I wanted to tell you as well that, again, if you want to see past episodes, we've got a little thing here we can show you right here. if you want to see past episodes of the Gym Masters Show, you can. Just go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Gym Masters TV, and enjoy all the past episodes, all the fun segments, all the great guests, and more. And the key is share the links with your friends. That's right. So other people can discover this entertainment lifestyle talk show series, the Gym Masters Show Live. So feel free to share the links. I always post on my Facebook pages the upcoming shows in advance. Tomorrow night, we have the award-winning Harp Twins. We have Marianne Marigolo, the phenomenal singer, on Tuesday night. Hillary Rollins and Michelle Browerman on Wednesday night. Buffy Ward Stewart on Thursday, and so many more great guests. So right now, you can see the promotion for the Harp Twins and for Marianne Marigolo. You can see that on the Facebook page right now. So you want to see the past episodes? Simply go there. And again, a little house cleaning before we take you on location. Tomorrow night, June 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, special guests, the Harp Twins. They are going to be really, really fantastic here on the show. And again, I just wanted to show you a photo of them. They are funny. They are talented. They are absolutely amazing. And they are internet sensations. They really are amazing. The Harp Twins here live on the Gym Masters Show live tomorrow night, Monday, June 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's right. That's going to be exciting. Then on Tuesday, we have another great guest who's going to be with us as well, as I mentioned, on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, on the show, singer Marianne Marigolo. She is amazing as well. She is terrific. She's talented. She's a sweetheart. She's a fantastic, fantastic person. You're going to really enjoy her. And I think she's going to sing a little bit for us too, probably something to inspire us all. She's going to be with us on Tuesday night. So don't go anywhere. We've got a great lineup of guests coming up. Another comment coming in, and love to see so many people joining in as well. Thank you, Martha. Same here. It's so great to see everybody as well. And I appreciate you being here and sharing the links, telling everybody about the shows. And now let's take you on location. First, we started off where we were doing some hiking this weekend along the coast. So we have a little video there. Then we have a beautiful scenic shot of the coast and the marinas where we were. And then a stunning sunset that I captured last night that I think you're going to like. Really peaceful, something really beautiful that might put a, little warmth into your heart and maybe a smile on your face. So right now, live on the Gym Masters Show Live with your host, Gym Masters, and the cast of characters, we're going to take you on location. These are short little clips that we sort of gathered as we were out and about this weekend, and we wanted to share them with you here on the show. So here we go. Enjoy. And we start with me. Hey everybody, Gym Masters here. Hope you're doing well. Happy weekend. We're here along the southern New England and Connecticut coast. It's an absolutely picture-perfect day. Really, really beautiful day. We're out walking and hiking and cycling, doing a little tennis. It's really nice. And of course, we're social distancing as well. We do have our masks. I took it off just for this video. Just wanted to send you some love and light wherever you are around the world. I hope you are having a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Try to get out and get some fresh air. All right, Master's Mantra, signing off. Beautiful. Have a good day and a great weekend. Here you go. Here's some weekend eye candy. Absolutely beautiful day along the southern New England and Connecticut coast today. Picture perfect. The boaters are getting ready to head out into the Long Island Sound. People are playing tennis and pickleball, cycling, walking, hiking along the beautiful southern New England and Connecticut coast this day. It's really nice. Skies are blue, temperatures in the low 80s, white puffy clouds as things slowly return to normal, if not hopefully better. Wherever you are around the world, hope your day is going well and you're getting to see some familiar and similar sights like these. Absolutely beautiful. Well earned by everybody and well deserved, right? Eye candy. Scenic, gorgeous eye candy. along the coast. Coast is definitely the place to be, especially this time of year. I'm an ocean person, so I love the coast. We're either boating or swimming or surfing, boogie boarding, walking along the coast. You gotta drag me out of the ocean. I love it so much. Grew up near the coast, so it speaks to my heart. So here's a gift, a free gift, of some coastal eye candy on this beautiful weekend along the southern New England and Connecticut coast. Really nice, beautiful. Look at those skies. Look at those clouds. Looks like a painting. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend as life slowly gets back to some sense of normal. Crazy things going on right now, but count the blessings and remember the joys in your life. All right, Masters Mantra. Jim Masters signing off. Have a great day. Hey everybody, Jim Masters here. Look at this. What a gift this is. This is current scene right now. Sunset along the southern New England and Connecticut coast. This is extraordinary, this scene. Right time, right place. We're here walking, exercising, working out at the park on the coast. Witness to this sunset. I mean, this is absolutely spectacular. What a gift. Something we could all use right now, huh? Talk about love and light. You've got it right here, everybody. Sending you some love and light. Jim Masters here. Everybody on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Jim Masters TV. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you get a chance to see beautiful scenes like this in your life. This is amazing. Absolutely incredible. Wow. Isn't that? That is absolutely phenomenal. That's the sun setting and the reflection bouncing off the coastline. The water here. The sun is disappearing. Some clouds in the sky. Makes it sort of ominous, but really cool. There goes that sun, huh? That is beautiful. There she goes. Just a reminder of some of the constants in life. Some of the beautiful things that are right in front of us and that are free and that happen before our eyes. Key is to notice and savor it all because life is short. Look at that. There it goes for another day. Love it. Jim Masters sending you the gift of this beautiful video here on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All right, everybody around the world, thanks for being here. Love you all. Thanks for all the comments and your posts. Keep them coming. And you take care. Absolutely picture perfect. Masters Mantra. Take care. So taking you on location with some beautiful spots that we came across in our travels here on the Jim Masters Show Live. And so thankful that you enjoyed that. We've got some comments coming in from our fabulous viewers from around the world. Let's see. Austin Greenfield says, beautiful scenes, Jim. Thank you very much, Austin. I appreciate that. Kathleen Walker says, very nice. Thank you very much, Kathleen. Crystal Nolan says, very beautiful, Jim. Thank you. I appreciate that. Christine Fairwood says, wow, sunset. Absolutely. A beautiful one, too. Martha Oliver Swartz says, stunning. And Kathleen Walker says, beautiful. Well, I have to agree with every single one of you. Really stunning and beautiful shots. And again, we'll have more of that. I like to take you guys on location to celebrate, life and some of these cool things that we have right around us that sometimes we don't get a chance to really appreciate. And the other thing is to appreciate one another. That's really, really important. Want to let you know, too, we're going to say happy birthday. Now, if you have a birthday coming up, or maybe today's your birthday, or there's somebody maybe in your life whose birthday it is, we say happy birthday to everybody watching. So here's our little happy birthday graphic. And we say, which we haven't done in a while, because we've been so busy with all these other segments, we say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. All right. Maybe one day I'll really belt it out. I'm trying to be quiet because we're here in the home studio. I really want to sing that more boldly and louder. And maybe one of these days we will. We'll cut it in the studio for you. But some cool people that you will recognize are having birthdays as well. Happy birthday to everybody watching who's having a birthday right now. And recognize this gentleman. Of course, Clinton Eastwood, born May 31st, 1930. He's 90 years old, Clint Eastwood, an American actor, filmmaker, musician, politician. After achieving success in the Western TV series Rawhide, he rose to international fame with his role as the man with no name in the Italian filmmaker Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy of spaghetti westerns during the 1960s, and as an anti-hero cop, Harry Callahan, in the 5 Dirty Harry films throughout the 1970s and 1980s. These roles, among others, have made Eastwood an enduring cultural icon of masculinity, as they say. Colin James Farrell, born May 31st, 1976, is 44 years old. An Irish actor, Colin Farrell appeared in the BBC drama Ballykiss Angel in 1998. Made his film debut in the Tim Roth-directed drama The War Zone in 1999, and was discovered by Hollywood when Joel Schumacher cast him as the lead in the war drama Tigerland in 2000. He then played the outlaw Jesse James in the film American Outlaws with a young ensemble cast as well. And he starred in Schumacher's psychological thriller Phone Booth in 2003, where he plays a hostage in a New York City phone booth, and the American thrillers SWAT in 2003 and The Recruit in 2003, establishing his international box office appeal. During that time, he also appeared in Steven Spielberg's science fiction thriller Minority Report in 2002, and as the villain Bullseye in the superhero film Daredevil in 2003. Somebody else that's celebrating a birthday right now, and that is actress Leah Catherine Thompson. Leah Thompson. Born May 31st, 1961. She's 58 years old now, and an American actress, director, television producer. She's best known for her role as Lorraine Baines in the Back to the Future trilogy and as the title character in the 1990s NBC sitcom Caroline in the City. Other films which she is known for include All the Right Moves in 1983, Red Dawn in 1984, Howard the Duck in 1986, Some Kind of Wonderful in 1987, and The Beverly Hillbillies in 1993. And from 2011 to 2017, she co-starred with Catherine Kenish in the ABC Family turned freeform series Switched at Birth. Here's another famous face who's celebrating a birthday. This is Chris Elliott, who's 60 years old. Christopher Nash Elliott, born May 31st, 1960, is an American actor, comedian, and writer. He's best known for playing Roland Shit on, well, that's how they say it, and that's how they spell it. It's S-C-H-I-T-T. So he played Roland, let's leave it at Roland, right, on CBC Television's Schitt's Creek. From 2015 to 2020 for his comedic sketches on Late Night, of course, with David Letterman from 82 to 88, and creating and starring in the comedy series Get a Life from 90 to 92 on Fox TV, and writing and starring in the film Cabin Boy in 1994. For his writing activity, he has won 4 Primetime Emmy Awards. His television appearances include recurring roles on Everybody Loves Raymond from 2003 to 2005, How I Met Your Mother from 2009 to 2014, and starring as Chris Monsanto in Adult Swim's Eagleheart 2011 to 2013. He also appeared in the films Groundhog Day in 93, and There's Something About Mary in 1998, and Scary Movie 2 in 2001. Here is Broadway Joe. It's his birthday as well, which is quite amazing. And we are talking about the football legend, Joe Namath. It's Joe Namath's birthday. He's 76 now. Joseph William Namath, born May 31st, 1943, nicknamed Broadway Joe. American football football player who was quarterback in the American Football League and National Football League during the 1960s and 70s. He played college football for the Alabama Crimson Tide under the coach Paul Bear Bryant from 62 to 64. Namath was an AFL icon and played for that league's New York Jets for most of his professional football career. He finished career with the Los Angeles Rams. He was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 85. He retired after playing 143 games over 13 years in the AFL and NFL, including playoffs. His teams had an overall record of 68 wins, 71 losses, and 4 ties, 64, 4 and 132 starts, and 4-7 in relief. He completed 1,886 passes for 27,663 yards through 173 touchdowns and had 220 interceptions for a career pass rating of 65.5. He also played for 3 division champions, the 1968 and 69 AFL East champion Jets and the 1977 NFC West champion Rams. He earned 1 league championship, 1968 AFL championship, and 1 Super Bowl victory, Super Bowl III. In 99, he was ranked number 96 on the Sporting News' list of the 100 greatest football players, the only player on the list to have spent a majority of his career with the Jets. In his 1975 autobiography, he was referred to Namath as the most natural athlete. Paul Bear Bryant, in his autobiography, called Namath the most natural athlete he had ever coached. Here's another face you may remember, Brooke Shields. Brooke Shields. Remember her in the Blue Lagoon and so much more? Brooke Krista Shields is now 55. Born May 31st, 1965, American actress and model. She was initially a child model and gained critical acclaim at age 12 for her leading role in Louis Malle's film Pretty Baby in 1978, in which she played a child prostitute in New Orleans at the beginning of the 20th century. Brooke Shields garnered widespread notoriety for the role, and she continued to model into her late teen years and starred in several dramas in the 1980s, including The Blue Lagoon in 1980 and Franco Zeffirelli's Endless Love in 1981. In 83, Brooke Shields suspended her career as a model to attend Princeton University, where she graduated with a bachelor's in Romance languages. And in the 90s, she returned to acting and appeared in minor roles in films. She also starred in the NBC sitcoms Suddenly Susan from 1996 to 2000, for which she received 2 Golden Globe nominations, as well as Lipstick Jungle from 2008 to 2009. In 2017, Brooke Shields returned to NBC with a major recurring role in Law and Order Special Victims Unit in the show's 19th season. Since 2014, Brooke Shields has voiced Beverly Goodman in the Adult Swim animated series Mr. Pickles and its spin-off Mama Named Me Sheriff. Here's another familiar face. You may remember Cagney and Lacey on CBS. Sharon Gless is 77 today. Sharon Marguerite Gless, born May 31st, 1943, American actress who's known for her television roles as Maggie Philbin in Switch from 1975 to 78, Sergeant Christine Cagney in the police procedural drama series Cagney and Lacey from 82 to 88, and the title role in The Trials of Rosie O'Neill from 90 to 92. Debbie Novotny in the Showtime cable television series Queer as Folk from 2000 to 2005, and Madeline Weston on Burn Notice 2007 to 2013. A 10-time Emmy Award nominee and 7-time Golden Globe Award nominee. She's won a Golden Globe in 86 and Emmys in 86 and 87 for Cagney and Lacey, and a second Golden Globe in 91 for The Trials of Rosie O'Neill. Gless received her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1995. And then finally, matter of fact, I showed a picture of myself and this gentleman a couple of weeks ago on the Jim Master Show Live. Peter Yarrow is celebrating a birthday. This is Peter of Peter, Paul, and Mary, the legendary folk group. And I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I had the blessing and honor of meeting and interviewing on PBS all three in the group: Peter Yarrow, Paul Noel Stuckey, and the late Mary Travers, Peter, Paul, and Mary, and they were all wonderful. Peter Yarrow is now 81. He was born May 31st, 1938, American singer-songwriter who found fame in the 1960s with the folk music trio Peter, Paul, and Mary. Peter Yarrow co-wrote with Leonard Lipton one of the group's greatest hits, Puff the Magic Dragon. He's also a political activist, and he supported liberal causes that range from opposition to the Vietnam War to the creation of Operation Respect, an organization that promotes tolerance and civility in schools. So there's some of the birthdays right now. We say happy birthday to all of those who are celebrating birthdays. If you are as well, we say happy birthday to you and you and you and you. And again, if you're just joining us late, a lot of people like to ask, what do you have tonight? We have a little rosé to wrap up a beautiful Sunday here along the coast. And it's been a good day, just a relaxing family and friends day. Nice and smooth. We got some comments coming in here as well. We always like to have viewer interaction live here on the show. Austin Greenfield says, love Sharon Gless. Yes, she's terrific. And Christine Fairwood, yes, funny show, funny guy, Schitt's Creek. Absolutely. And yeah, Christopher Elliott, very, very funny. I want to show you again some of the cool people that are coming up this week as well. And I also want to remind you as well, we celebrated Marianne Kelly last night as our viewer of the week, if you weren't with us last week. If you'd like to see past episodes of the Jim Masters Show live, just go to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, and you can see all the past episodes. We also have them here on Facebook for you as well. I also want to let you know that I thank you very much for sharing the links to the shows. Spread the word, tell your friends, have watch parties, invite everybody to check out the Jim Masters Show live, because we're here to provide some light and levity and to put a smile on your face and also inspire you too and empower you with some of the cool things we talk about during the course of the show. The hour is gone. Can you believe this? I mean, the hour wraps up so quickly on this show. So I just want to go over some of the cool people that are coming up again this week that you might not want to miss, or I invite you not to miss, because we are booked all the way until almost the end of June with guests. I can't believe it. The extraordinary Harp Twins are joining us. They are with us tomorrow night, and that's going to be very, very exciting. Again, they are internationally renowned. They are funny. They are talented. They have a new album, a new single out as well. The world-renowned Harp Twins, Camille and Kennerly Kitt, dear friends of mine. We worked on a PBS special together, and so excited to welcome them here tomorrow night live, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, to the Jim Masters Show live. And then on the following evening, on Tuesday, we have a brilliant singer, another dear friend who's joining us here. She is really, really one cool person, beautiful inside and out. She sells out wherever she performs. This is Marianne Marangolo. She is a phenomenal singer. She's a real sweetheart of a person. She's going to be here live Tuesday night, June 2nd. That's right, live on the Jim Masters Show live, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Marianne is so excited to be here. I'm so excited. I've seen her in concert. We've remained friends, and I really look forward to Marianne joining us here on the show as well. And then we have some more fabulous guests who are joining us throughout the week, and I can't wait to show you some of the other ones. We have Hillary Rollins is going to be with us as well. She's a phenomenal singer, and also Michelle Browerman is going to be with us as well. Both of them are going to be with us together on Wednesday's show, and it's going to be amazing. They're so excited to be on the show. Again, once people found out I'm doing the Jim Masters Show live, so many people have been wanting to hop on the show, and I really, really appreciate that. That warms my heart. And then coming up, and I think about a week from now, Clara Francesca, she's a brilliant actress. She's going to be joining me on the show as well. She's all excited to be here. Dwight Turner, Screen Actors Guild actor, as well as in film and television commercials. He's going to be here. Mark Vitale, who is a Broadway veteran, singer, and performer. He was Jesus and Jesus Christ Superstar. Down the line, we're looking to welcome our dear friend, composer, and performer Tim Janis on the show as well. Kip Sturgeon, another fabulous musician, is going to be with us as well. John LaBarbera, an amazing guitarist, is going to be joining us here live on the show as well. And so many great guests and so many fun segments as well. Even when we don't have guests, because again, the show didn't start with guests. I just started bringing guests on. We have some really terrific people here. Kathleen Walker says, I always look forward to your shows. And Kathleen, I really appreciate that. I know you've been sharing the links, and whenever we do the promo blasts to alert everybody to the episodes that are coming up, you've been so generous and kind to click like or forward it or share it. And that means a great deal as well. So we appreciate your doing that. And to all of you watching, we appreciate you as well. Again, there's some heavy things going on in our world and in our country right now. We've got multiple things that are happening at once, from civil unrest to the economy situation, and there's still the COVID-19 out there as well. So I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but if there's any way that you can, try to breathe, try to relax. Let's see if we can all pull together, perhaps. We need to collectively as a society, because we all need each other. So I say, count your blessings, count your joys, relax and breathe. Let's look for some healing, some solace, some joy in our lives. And hopefully, things will get better, hopefully, with all of these major things that we have that are sort of interspersed in so many different ways. So some prayers. Relax, breathe. I show this at the end of every episode of the Jim Master Show live, because we have a lot of fun on the show, but then I want to wish you well. It's very important that we come together, because again, I've been watching the news and the nightly coverage of everything from pandemics to economic disaster to civil unrest. And it's, I'm somebody who gets very, I'm a Libra, so I like balance and harmony. So I'm always looking for ways to bring people together. A lot of people count on me to be the one that sort of, they call me comforter in chief. Well, at work, in my career, they do it. Family and friends do it. I'm always looking for ways to find fair and equitable ways to bring people together. We might not always get everything we want, but if we can at least come to the table and shoot some ideas and be creative and maybe realize that we all need each other. We really all need each other. Humans are supposed to collaborate and to be together. So we need each other. We need our different cultures and our perspectives and our ideas. That's the richness of living. And especially in this country too, we're a wonderful melting pot, a wonderful tapestry of all different ideas and thoughts and processes and cultures, religions, genders, everything you can think of. So let's hope that there is some peace and there's some solace, and that we continue to get through these situations we've been experiencing. I want to wish you well. All of your friends do as well. Of course, we've got Jimmy here. Jimmy says, have a good night. Thanks for being with us. It's already past the hour. I cannot believe it. And I've got an Oreo cookie milkshake waiting for me that I can't wait to have. And of course, we've got George here too. George says good night. And Silver says good night. Cast of characters. I need more arms sometimes. George, have you met Silver? Silver, have you met George? I feel like I'm doing a children's show on Saturday mornings. That would be fun to do, to host a kids show. I would love to do that. That would be a hoot with all the kids. Well, I guess you're my kids, right? And Jeannie says good night as well. Good night, Jeannie. We love you too. And all of you. We're back tomorrow night with the Harp Twins live right here on this broadcast, the Jim Masters Show Live. Share the links. Tell your friends. We're going to have a lot of fun, great music, conversation, laughs. It's going to be awesome. Great week of guests coming up. Great week of shows coming up. Again, we celebrate our viewer of the week. We had a wonderful celebration last night with Marianne Kelly. We tip our hat to her, and we thank you and you and you and you and you for being with us here on the Jim Masters Show Live. These shows go by so incredibly fast. I want to wish you good night. I'm glad you enjoyed the On Location video that we shared with you as well. We'll have much more of that coming up. We're going to take you to some really cool places on location because you know me, I like to get outdoors. I love the ocean. I like the coast. And we're going to take you to some really cool places here on the Gym Masters Show Live. All right, everybody. We go, as you see here, we go all over the place. So we share whatever we can with you here on the Gym Masters Show. Wishing you a very good night, everybody. Thank you so much for being with me. I really appreciate all of the time. And again, the sharing of the links, all the beauty of having you with me here every night on the program. So for everybody here, the cast of characters at the Gym Master Show Live, we're back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and your Sunday. And I hope the rest of your weekend is beautiful and content. And I hope your week starts off great. Your Monday morning. We'll see you Monday night. We'll be here with everybody in tow on the Gym Masters Show. I like that. It's going to have to be our next promotion. Everybody in tow on the Gym Masters Show. I just thought of that. Good marketing. Good night, everybody. You guys take care. Love you all. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for your loyalty, your viewership, all the great comments, your participation. You mean a lot. And it's really cool having you here as the show continues to grow. We're going to be entering week number 5 together. I can't believe it's the 5th week of the Gym Masters Show Live coming up. It's crazy, but it's terrific. As long as you're there, I'll be here. Have a great night. Love you all. You take care. Good night. Have a great one. Bye-bye.